There are no rules for good photographs. There are only good photographs. Ansel Adams. Welcome to This Creative Journey. I'm your host, Richard Sisk. In the vast canvas of photographic history, few names shine as brightly as Ansel Adams. His images of the American West have become iconic, etched into our collective consciousness like the very landscapes he captured. But who was the man behind the lens? And what drove him to create such timeless beauty? Our story begins in San Francisco, 1902. Born into a wealthy family, young Ansel was a precocious and restless child. His early years were not marked by the clicking of a shutter, but by the melodies of a piano. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the great Ansel Adams initially set his sights on becoming a concert pianist. Yet the symphony of nature would soon call to him with a voice more compelling than any musical score. During a family trip to Yosemite National Park in 1916, Ansel's father gave him a Kodak Brownie camera. This simple box camera, while far from the professional equipment he would later use, sparked a passion that would change the course of his life. As Ansel hiked through Yosemite's majestic valleys and scaled its towering peaks, something awakened within him. The grandeur of nature, the play of light and shadow across the landscape. It spoke to him in a way that even Chopin and Beethoven could not. This experience with the humble Brownie camera ignited a desire to capture these scenes with increasing fidelity and artistry. Over the years, Adams would graduate to more sophisticated equipment. While he's best known for his work with large-format view cameras, which allowed him to capture the landscape with extraordinary detail and depth, he didn't limit himself to a single format. Adams also worked with medium-format cameras, notably the Hasselblad, the same brand that would later accompany astronauts to the moon. This versatility in his choice of tools allowed him to adapt to various photographic situations and subjects. The Hasselblad, with its excellent optics and relatively compact size compared to large-format cameras, gave Adams the flexibility to capture scenes that might have been challenging with his larger equipment. By 1927, Ansel had made the pivotal decision to abandon his musical aspirations and devote himself fully to photography. This commitment to the craft led him to experiment with various techniques, pushing the boundaries of what was possible with film and darkroom processes. Now, let us turn our gaze to three of Adams' most beloved photographs. First, we have Moonrise Hernandez, New Mexico, 1941. A hauntingly beautiful image that captures a fleeting moment of celestial drama. But the story behind this photograph is as captivating as the image itself. Imagine this. Adams is driving along a highway in New Mexico, his camera equipment packed in the car. Suddenly, an extraordinary scene unfolds before him. A village bathed in fading light, and a luminous moon rising in the darkening sky. Adams slams on his brakes, knowing he has mere moments to capture this ephemeral beauty. In a frenzy of creative urgency, he pulls over and scrambles to set up his view camera. But as he prepares to take the shot, disaster strikes. He can't find his light meter. Lesser photographers might have faltered, but not Ansel Adams. Drawing on years of experience, he recalls the luminance of the moon and quickly calculates the proper exposure in his head. With steady hands, belying his racing heart, Adams makes the exposure, just in time. He swiftly slides in another film holder, hoping to capture a second shot. But it's too late. The light has already changed. The moment gone forever. But that single exposure was all he needed. The resulting image is a masterclass in the interplay of light and dark. In the foreground, a cluster of modest buildings and a small graveyard with white crosses stand in stark relief. Above, The moon hangs in the sky, a beacon of light against the deepening shadows. But Adams' work wasn't done. Over the years, he continued to refine this image in the darkroom, experimenting with different printing techniques. He gradually darkened the sky, increasing the contrast and drama of the scene. This evolution of moonrise over time is a testament to Adams' relentless pursuit of his artistic vision, his willingness to revisit and perfect his work. Next, we have the Tetons and the Snake River, 1942, a sweeping vista that epitomizes the grandeur of the American West. Here, Adams presents us with a view of the mighty Teton Range, their jagged peaks piercing the sky like nature's own skyscrapers. In the foreground, the sinuous curves of the Snake River lead our eye through the composition, a silver ribbon threading through the pristine wilderness. And finally, we come to Half Dome, Merced River, Winter, 1938. A crystalline vision of Yosemite in its wintry splendor. In this image, the iconic silhouette of Half Dome looms large, its granite face partially shrouded in mist. Below, the Merced River flows silent and dark, its banks laden with freshly fallen snow. It's a scene of hushed beauty, a moment of perfect stillness in a world of constant motion. Now, while Adams is primarily celebrated for his breathtaking black and white landscapes, it's worth noting that his artistic curiosity led him to explore other avenues of photography as well. In fact, Adams experimented extensively with color photography, pushing the boundaries of this medium, just as he had with black and white. In the 1950s, Adams began working with Kodachrome film, capturing the vibrant hues of the landscapes he loved. Though less well known, these color works offer a fascinating counterpoint to his black and white images. They reveal a different facet of Adams' artistic vision, showing how he adapted his keen eye for composition and light to the world of color. In 1993, years after Adams' passing, a book titled Ansel Adams in Color was published, showcasing this lesser-known aspect of his work. These color photographs demonstrate Adams' willingness to explore and evolve as an artist throughout his career. Despite these forays into color, it's Adams' black and white photography that truly cemented his place in the pantheon of great artists. His ability to translate the grandeur of nature into monochromatic masterpieces with their rich tones and striking contrasts remains unparalleled. But Ansel Adams was not content to merely capture beauty. He sought to elevate photography to the realm of fine art. Ansel Adams' commitment to photographic excellence led him to co-found the influential group F64 in 1932. This collective of photographers, which included luminaries like Edward Weston and Imogen Cunningham, advocated for a new aesthetic in photography. They championed sharp focus, high contrast, and contact printing, rejecting the soft focus pictorialism that dominated the era. The group's name itself, F64, refers to the smallest aperture setting on a large format camera, which provides the greatest depth of field and sharpness. This approach aligned perfectly with Adams' vision of revealing the intricate details and textures of the natural world in his photographs. Throughout his career, Adams returned time and time again to Yosemite. It was more than just a subject for him. It was a spiritual home, a wellspring of inspiration that never ran dry. His photographs of this majestic wilderness did more than just document its beauty. They awakened in viewers a sense of wonder, a recognition of the profound importance of preserving our national heritage. As we draw our journey to a close, let us consider Ansel Adams' advice to aspiring photographers. He once said, "You don't take a photograph, you make it." This, dear listeners, encapsulates his philosophy. For Adams, photography was not a passive act of recording, but an active process of creation. He urged young photographers to visualize their image before pressing the shutter, to understand the interplay of light and shadow, and above all, to cultivate a deep connection with their subject. In the end, Ansel Adams' legacy extends far beyond the stunning images he left behind. He showed us the power of photography to move, to inspire, and to change hearts and minds. His work continues to remind us of the breathtaking beauty of our world and our solemn responsibility to protect it. As we gaze upon an Ansel Adams masterpiece, we are not merely observers. We become participants in a grand and timeless drama, where light and shadow dance across the face of creation, and the majesty of nature is revealed in all its infinite splendor. This is Richard Sisk, thanking you for joining me on this creative journey through the life and work of Ansel Adams, master of light, poet of the landscape, and one of the greatest artists America has ever produced. May your own creative journeys be filled with wonder and inspiration.